For cheap GTA shark cards and other games, check out g2a.com, there's a link in the description, and of course use my discount code AZUO for an extra discount. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing and comparing the all-new Vapid Caracara, a brand new pickup truck, of course released in GTA Online earlier today, against the Caracara Technical, a vehicle which has been in-game now for a while, of course was first released back in the Heist update, with a second variant, the custom variant, then released last year in the Gunrunning update, and it's specifically this variant we're going to be focusing on in this video. So this morning when Rockstar first released the Vapid Caracara in GTA Online, during my livestream showcasing the vehicle, going over its customizations and features, one of the most asked questions and comments on that livestream was, how does it compare against the Caracara Technical, a fairly similar weaponized pickup truck? So in today's video then, we're going to be comparing these two vehicles, taking a look at their similarities and differences, and reviewing which one is best. So let's go ahead then and get straight into things. And to start things off, let's begin by reviewing their prices. So the new Vapid Caracara then, of course, is listed on the Warstock Cash and Carry website for a buy it now price of $1,775,000. Which makes this quite a bit more expensive than the standard Caracara Technical, which you can also purchase on the Warstock Cash and Carry website. Scroll down slightly further and you'll come across this vehicle in the Heist Update section for a price of $950,000, although at the moment there is a 30% discount on the vehicle, which means you can buy it for $665,000. But it's worth noting there are some additional costs on top of this to transform it into the custom variant, one which you can store in your garage, because the standard technical is a Pegasus vehicle, which we'll get into a little more in a few moments. But first, as for the customizations available for the Vapid Caracara, now in fairness from standard, this vehicle is decent. It looks pretty cool, it performs well, and can be customized at the standard Los Santos custom shop, something which the Caracara Technical cannot. But it's worth noting, not all the customization options available for this vehicle are available at the standard custom shop. There are two customizations which you can only apply if you own a mobile operation center or an Avenger. Saying that though, these two customization options aren't essential, but definitely recommend considering if you're going to purchase this vehicle. So taking a look then at the customization options available for this vehicle, well unfortunately it is a little disappointing. There isn't much you can do to this, certainly in terms of aesthetic and exterior customizations. In fact, there are very little exterior customizations at all, one of the options being the ability to fit a livery, but as you can see as I scroll through the options, they are the standard gunrunning liveries which are available for pretty much all weaponized vehicles in-game, and of course alongside all the other standard customizations, things such as armor, engine and brake upgrades, you can also respray the Caracara. This car looks great in a range of different colors, with ultra blue being one of my favorite colors for this vehicle. You can also change the secondary color on this car as well, which as you can see in the gameplay, changes the coil spring suspension both on the front and the rear of the vehicle, and it also changes the front grille as well, which is a pretty cool feature, having the option to change the color of that, but it's kind of annoying how this secondary color changes both the grille and the suspension. Personally, I would like to have had different color suspension to the grille, maybe red suspension and a black grille, but no, these two things are combined, so you're pretty stuck and limited to what you can do. Now there's really only one customization worth mentioning and talking about in this video, that being the weapons upgrade, which allows you to change out the stock machine gun for the 7.62mm minigun. I would recommend fitting this if you are going to purchase the Vapid Caracara. The upgraded minigun is better and more powerful, but it will cost you $198,000 to do so. And then of course don't forget whilst customizing this car to fit bulletproof tires to it as well for an additional $25,000. So there we go, that's it then for the customization available for this vehicle. Like I said, not really much that you can do to this, especially in the terms of exterior customizations, with all of them being standard and generic upgrades. As for the Caracara Technical though, there is certainly a lot more that you can do to this in the terms of customization and upgrades. But, as worth mentioning, when you first buy this vehicle, you have to upgrade it first of all if you want to customize it to the custom variant, which will cost you $142,500. But for that, you do get quite a bit for your money, as you can see. So not just is this vehicle upgraded to a custom variant that you can now store in your garage, it comes with the exterior roll cage and it comes fitted with bulletproof tires as well, something which will save you $25,000. There are additional armor plating options, you've got medium and heavy options, but it's worth noting these don't actually offer any additional armor, they're just aesthetic and appearance upgrades. Other exterior customizations include fitting a bull bar or a ram bar at the front, which is pretty cool as well. I went ahead and fitted one of those. Of course, you have all the other standard upgrades too, like the armor, the engine, and the brake upgrades. Plus, just like the Vapid Caracara, there is also a livery option where you can choose between the 21 gunrunning liveries. This vehicle also has the option to fit proximity mines to it as well, an option that's not available for the Vapid Caracara, but is pretty useful to use in free roam. And alongside this weapon option, you also have the ability to upgrade the turret on the back as well, with the same turret options that you have on the Vapid Caracara, with the stock one being identical and the upgrade being the 7.62mm machine gun. Again, I'd recommend fitting this if you have this vehicle, and it's cheaper to do so as well than on the Vapid Caracara, only costing $100,000 instead of $198,000 like on the Vapid Caracara. As you guys just saw when I went to the wheel option to upgrade the tires, this thing already has bulletproof tires fitted when you upgrade it to the custom variant, of course saving you some money as well. So there we go, those are the customization options then, available for the Karin Technical. Certainly not a huge long list of customizations, but definitely a few more options available for this over the Vapid Caracara, with options like proximity mines, which can come in handy, the ability to fit a ram bar on the front as well, which although it's not that powerful or useful, as you can see in the gameplay as I smash into vehicles, it doesn't really push the vehicles out the way all that well, it still offers some protection whilst driving around in free roam. So to begin with then, I would say the Karin Technical has the lead. It is the cheaper option, costing just $950,000 usually in-game, with an upgrade cost to the custom variant being $142,000. Then of course fully upgrading this vehicle isn't that expensive either. I would say the overall cost to buy, upgrade and customize would cost maybe $1.4 million, whereas the Vapid Caracara is a lot more expensive initially, costing $1,775,000 to purchase, then around $300,000 to $400,000 or so on upgrades, with a total cost of roughly $2.1 million, making it approximately $700,000 more expensive. But there are of course other areas where the Vapid Caracara is more dominant. For example, just driving around. This vehicle feels much quicker and much easier to drive. It certainly has much better handling and performance than the Karin Technical, which I'm sure will come across as surprising with this vehicle being much bigger and much longer, but it's also much better off-road as well. Not that the Karin Technical is all that bad with its all-wheel drive, it's just not quite as good as the Vapid Caracara, which yes, is a 6-wheel drive vehicle. It just seems to have a lot more power and a lot more control, especially when trying to travel up steep hills, like Mount Chiliad. But there is one feature worth noting and talking about that the Karin Technical has, which the Caracara doesn't, that being a tow bar on the back, one which is fully functional, and you can attach things like the AA trailer to it from the gunrunning update. Something which I'm kind of surprised the Vapid Cara doesn't have. But it is worth noting that the Karin Technical only has space for 3 passengers, of course a driver, a passenger in the passenger seat, and 1 person on the back on the turret. Whereas the Vapid Caracara, of course, is a double cab, so it has space for 5 passengers, with 2 people in the front, 2 people in the back, and 1 person on the turret in the pickup truck bed. Now, although that's a very quick and basic overview and comparison between these 2 vehicles, and sure there are plenty of other tests we could and probably should run between these 2, but there's really a very simple answer to this. Which one out of these 2 would I recommend? Well, the answer's neither. If you want to buy a weaponized pickup truck, get yourself an Insurgent Custom. This thing just dominates the category and is much better than those 2 in pretty much every single way. For starters, the Insurgent Custom is armoured, which means it's bullet resistant, and it's also explosive resistant as well. This can take 5 or 6 sticky bombs before being destroyed, whereas both the Vapid Caracara and the Karin Technical are destroyed with just 1 sticky bomb. The passenger-operated turret has armor around it, which means the person operating it is pretty well covered whilst using it. There's also space for 7 passengers in the Insurgent Custom, with 2 in the front, 2 in the back, 1 on the turret, and 2 in the rear truck bed. The Insurgent's only just slower than the Vapid Caracara in a straight line drag race, and it handles just as well, maybe even slightly better. And although maybe it's not quite as good off-road, it's actually cheaper to purchase. If you unlock its trade price on the Warstock Cash and Carry website by completing the Humane Labs raid heist mission, it costs just $1,350,000. Then to upgrade to the custom variant, it will cost you just $202,000. Then with a few upgrades, maybe around $300,000 to $400,000 extra, which means its overall total price is less than $2 million. And therefore, the Insurgent Custom is definitely the pickup truck I would recommend buying in GTA Online if you had to buy a weaponized pickup truck. So there we go then, guys. With that being said, that's pretty much it then for this video. But I of course want your thoughts and feelings on this, and what do you guys think about the new Vapid Caracara? Do you guys like it? Do you not? Are you happy or disappointed? So go ahead and leave a comment right now. If you guys could also drop a like on this video, it would of course be greatly appreciated, and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.